Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Slamfire Radio for episode 365 for July 27, 2020. I am one of your hosts, Trevor.
I'm another one of your hosts, Kelly.
I'm Adriel.
And I'm Random Dave.
Hey,
Oh,
365. That's one episode for every day of 2020.
And every angle of, the angle. No,
Angle.
It's complete.
That
angle
doesn't
is
work.
360.
Never mind.
It's come full circle?
No.
Huh?
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
that's
No,
360.
That's 360.
And a
And
better.
turn
Should've-
365 degrees and walk on out of here.
Yeah, there you go. It's gone 360 plus half an MOA. All right, let's
Okay.
jump into it, kids. What we did this week in guns is brought to us by the Calgary Shooting Center, Canada's premier firearms retailer. This week, they have a Husqvarna and Carl Gustaf collection. If you're looking for a baller hunting rifle, look no further. Available in the following calibers: 308, 270, and 30-06. The only caliber you need in New Brunswick. Boss B, I'm looking at you. Prices for these boutique firearms range from $500 to $1,680. There's a post on CGN showing the rifles, and you can get more information on the website. So they're amazing. I had a Husqvarna myself one time when I acquired a whole bunch of long guns in an estate sale. I had no idea really anything about them, except I probably tripled my money on that one gun. That's quite
Oh,
good.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Nice guns.
yeah, they're very
I
nice.
I didn't know they made guns. I knew they made tractors.
For a while
chainsaws.
there, Tradex had these like Husqvarna rifles for like $300. If you wanted like a cheap 30-06 that was still decent, like that was a fantastic deal.
I think this is a fair question, Kelly. You said you didn't know they made firearms. There are other companies that use the same
Carl
name.
Gustaf, obviously, but not
No,
Husqvarna.
no. Husqvarna. I'm talking about them, like
Yeah.
Delta Faucets, Delta Hotels, Delta
Yeah,
Airlines.
Okay. Yeah,
But
yeah.
then Husqvarna, there's Husqvarna chainsaws, Husqvarna motorcycles, Husqvarna rifles. Is this all the same Husqvarna, or is it just multiple companies using the same name?
I don't know. Why don't we fire?
I'm
That's
pretty sure it's all the same company.
Yeah,
Maybe
Okay.
like Singer making like 1911s and sewing machines.
right.
No,
and
it's,
also
it's different
Oh,
companies.
yeah. You're
bicycles too.
No, it's different companies. You have failed.
I have
All
failed? Okay.
Yes, I posted a complete list from Wikipedia in the chat should you wish to look them up.
Wow.
Also-
All right. Dave has taken it to a whole new level of nerd.
I am interning shit.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you
You're
for
Dave's
being you.
awesome.
Yes.
Dave is awesome.
All right,
know
let's.
stuff.
We
What I
chat.
did this week in guns was set up a new IPSC belt. My older belt was like a size 40, and it was overlapping by like 18 inches. So I think I switched to a 36 or a 38. I can't remember, but it's so much more comfortable. The other one was getting to the point where it was uncomfortable. There was so much belt overlapping and rubbing on my hip bones because my hip bones actually stick out now. It's really weird. Anyway, so that's
You need a
that's
sandwich or 10.
no, no,
Adriel, make him a sandwich.
no. I had like 25 wings today. Is that
Did you
not
add that
enough?
to your total?
No, I really should actually keep going on
Okay,
that.
you know what? I had wings twice this week, like
Uh-huh.
yesterday and the day before, and I still haven't eaten, so I'm probably gonna have wings tonight. So
I would have wings again.
I
But-
picked up 4 more packages last night because wings are just my favorite food ever.
Me too. Your wings are so much better. They're A, healthier, and B, just better. What I do is I go to the store and I get the $10 no tax day old
No,
wings.
no,
those
don't
aren't
do
wings.
that.
No,
No,
listen,
mine,
when
yeah.
I say I've eaten 500 wings so far in 2020, every one of them has been that day old store bought no tax wings. So
Yeah.
So
I don't.
hey, it's not Wing Fire Radio. Adriel, what did you get up to?
I'm just.
Moving on. Lead host, shut up unless you want to talk about guns. Adriel,
I don't want to talk about guns. I shaved.
you
I
sure
have
did.
I messed up
What?
trimming. I messed up
I-
trimming, and
Can
it
you
got
lock
too
the
bad.
screen on you, please?
I haven't shaved in a
Just-
week, and you look like a 12-year-old.
Yeah,
I
there
see
we
in
go.
your
There's
note
me.
that you apparently have scarred your family by
Yeah,
shaving. You're
yeah,
doing
there
it
weren't
wrong.
any tears, but it's very close. Yeah, they're like,
You
what?
look
Internal
like
tears.
12.
Yeah,
That's what I said. You
Yeah.
definitely
Let's
look
just
12.
put a little hair. Like I'm just gonna turn it back on you. I want to put it
Yeah,
like a
I
little
think it's on
hair,
me.
hair
I think it's
finger.
on-
No, it's on Trevor. He's shooting.
What if I do that?
There you go.
Does
Okay.
that work?
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of you with hair, so you
Mm.
look, you look like
No
12.
hair. No hair. Anyways, in other non-firearms news, I went on a camping trip and it sucked. And
Why?
my significant other didn't book anything. And there's 3 times as many people camping right
So
now.
next week, do I fill up what
normal.
I did this week in Guns with RC talk? If we're going to talk about
Anyways.
shaving accents and camping, is that what's going on now?
So camping canceled on my Sunday. I went shooting instead of camping.
Okay, there you go.
I
Way
was
to
leading
bring it
into it. I
around.
was like, I was going to
Nice
segue.
You brought it
yeah.
365 degrees around to full circle.
There we
Good.
go. Yes.
Off center.
I went to the range with the boys. I took my 2 boys out. I put a red dot on the Winchester Wildcat, and you remember how it had that plastic rail?
Mm-hmm.
That was not a good idea. It was not very accurate, and it moved. When I took the red dot off, I
Hot.
could see that it was moving with recoil, even though it was tight. So
On a 22, it was.
Yes, thank you, Dave. I was going to say the same thing.
do not
What
put
recoil?
an optic of any kind on the Winchester Wildcat. The irons are fine, so I'm just going to leave it as like a dedicated irons
Okay.
only. And it was fine.
So no optics of any kind, not even a scope.
Maybe if it's got like a proper key, like my red dot had like a round rod
That's what I was
bolt
wondering.
that goes through. If you have a proper key that goes in between those pick rail slots, that might keep it from moving.
I-
You can't just rely on the clamping pressure of that
Hmm.
thing.
That's super.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe you could just crush it on there and just mangle the hell out of that
Crush.
plastic.
Get some
Yeah.
vice grips.
Yeah, just muscle it on there. Maybe that would work.
Just gun tape
Crushing out head.
around it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crush, crush.
Maybe
Nice.
an extra hose clamp just for a little bit of extra clamping power on there. Yeah. But what else I do? Shot the WK 180, sighted in the red dot. Did I sight it in the red dot? Yes, I set it in the red dot for that one, so that I can shoot 3-gun with it. And it's all set up for that. I was testing it out with those cross 10-round mags that you do the flippy do on, and it's all good. So that thing's ready to rock and roll. Shot some nice groups with it too. I love
Really?
just with a red dot, just with a
Wow.
plain
Well,
red dot
man,
and plain like bulk ammo.
Really? See, with my hand loads that were like under 2 inches, typically 1.5 inches in my my 3-gun AR, I with that ammo, this was 26 grains of 8.335 to make sure I was getting snotty rounds over 3,000 feet per second with Campro 55 grain full metal jacket bullets. Best I could do with a good scope in my 180 was 4 inches.
No, I'm doing like if I just use like I had some hunting ammo that I was intending to use this as a coyote gun, and with
Right.
just my hunting ammo, I was getting 1 inch or less.
And that's great.
And
Out of that
this-
gun with
Yeah.
hunting ammo,
Yeah.
perfect.
That's where I prefer to use it for, because I don't really want to run like high volume ammo through it, because I don't think it'll survive. But
hmm
I don't have a choice now, so I'm going to use it for 3-gun rifle and see when I can break
You
it.
got spare bolts?
No.
Did
Well-
your bolt ever fail?
No, that was that wasn't an early run problem. That was like a mid run problem. Their bolts
Yeah, that
failing.
makes sense
Yeah,
because my
yeah.
gun came after yours, and I had a broken bolt problem.
Seen a lot of those.
Yeah. So I don't think so, but I did talk to some of the 3-gun guys, and they ran an event I don't know a couple weeks ago or something here, and they said they saw a lot of problems with guys running the WKs, a lot of stoppages, a lot of issues with them.
They're not
Really?
designed as a combat or a competition rifle.
No.
They're just a fun plinking rifle. We get guys bringing them out, even just out to my plinking days, and yeah, they'll get stoppages and just weird stuff. A lot of stovepipes. broken.
mean,
I
disc.
don't have anything like that on mine, but like you need to. The extractor spring is weak on those, so you need to replace the extractor spring, and that makes a big difference.
But a charging handle break off, and then he
That
fixed that.
happens
And the
too.
next time he came out, the bolt broke.
Some of the screw-in ones they break
Yes.
off. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
sheared
So-
off on 'em.
You're talking
mine's not a screw-in one.
a small company and a new product. These products are on the market for years before they finally get all the kinks worked out in much bigger markets than ours. So Canadians are a fickle crew as well. They want a gun to be available yesterday. They want it to come out perfect. And I mean, I get that, but a lot of guns have been on the market for, the platforms, right? How long have Glocks been around? How long have 1911s been around? How long was the AR platform around? The AR platform went into the jungles of Vietnam not ready, and that's way
Ammo
more
wasn't
important
ready.
than going to the range.
Yeah, the ammo wasn't ready for Vietnam. That was
Well,
one of
and
the
the
big
barrels
issues too.
and chambers weren't
Yeah.
chrome lined and
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, yeah, it's a 180, but it's not really a 180. You know what I mean? It looks like a 180, but
Yeah.
I hope that they continue to refine the product and make changes every so often, so that we see, even the SLR. The SLR is up to like Gen 3 or something before
Yep.
it got put on the Prohib. So that's awesome. That's, to get it out. You can only do so much testing.
Yes.
Once it's in consumers' hands, that's when the problems really start to surface. And then what do
Yep.
they do when they find out about the problem? So hopefully Kodiak is constantly refining and making that platform better. And hopefully it stays non-restricted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I could use almost any rifle I wanted to for 3-gun. I could just go buy one and use it. But I think the WK-180 is close enough, at least mine is, with the mods I've put into it, that I
And
can
what do you
just
mean
run
by
it.
that? You could use any rifle.
I could go buy an ACR. I could go buy a Tavor. I could go buy any other rifle out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'm not like financially constrained. Like a lot of guys are like, oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
I don't have an AR. I guess it's an SKS. I don't have those constraints.
Yeah,
I can go through
yeah.
this stuff. Yeah.
But so you could purchase those other platforms, and you still prefer the what the 180 offers.
I think it's good enough. That's good enough that, like, yes, an ACR would be the better purchase, but an ACR would be $4,000 right now.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like
4,
that.
yeah.
Stupid.
Is it 4 times better? It's probably going to be 4 times more reliable, but over the course of maybe like 3-gun events that I do this year, it'll be fine.
I tell you why I would. Another reason why I would stick with the 180.
Mhm.
The parts are made here at home. We don't have to worry about
Yeah.
the fuckery of the CBSA.
Yeah.
Stopping stuff
true.
at the border.
Because they, might not
Yeah.
get through.
Yep. So
Yeah, cool.
yeah. So anyways, ran the 180, ran fine, and I think the
deal.
accuracy is good, the reliability is good. I think I'll be fine for my 3-gun match. I also tried my Shadow with some of that. I got some different Federal aluminum cased ammo that you can get in like these packs of 250, and it's really cheap. It's 115 grain, and it's actually a little bit softer than. Oh, I checked the energy calculations on it. It's a bit less than the 124s and a bit less than the 115s that you get
So-
typically.
Which brand was it?
Federal aluminum cased ammo, and then you buy it in the 250 packs. And
Yep.
anyways, yeah, I did try it. I compared it to. I had some 147s and 124s that also brought, and it did feel just like imperceptibly softer, just in terms like the energy that it was putting out, and it was cheap. The most important thing, it's like super cheap ammo. Ran 100% my Shadow, so
Cool.
I'm just gonna run that for 3-gun.
Yeah.
Not for IPSC. For IPSC, I'll run something a little bit heavier that's more sure to get me past power factor. But for this, it's great. I mean, if I had unlimited time, I would reload 9mm for 3-gun, and I'd run like bunny fart reloads to so that there's hardly any recoil. But I really don't like reloading 9mm. It just doesn't feel like I'm doing anything valuable when I'm doing it, especially when you can buy this stuff for so cheap.
Yeah.
If I
Well, what's your
reload,
time
if I
worth?
reload like 338 Lapua, I feel like I'm making money. Like I'm
Yeah,
saving so
sure.
much. 9mm, it's like, man, this is like pennies. Like picking up 9mm brass on the range. It's like, what is this
Aw.
worth? What am I really picking up?
I won't do it.
here?
I won't
Mike-
do it.
Those do.
Don't make fun of Mike.
And then I
Gotta
gotta
make fun of
wash
mine.
it, and I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let Mike pick it up, and then I'll buy it from him. That's what I'm going to do.
That's what I would do if I was going to
Yeah.
reload. I would use black sheep brass or something that's picked and cleaned and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I did some ordering too. Oh, sorry. I put out a video on the Spectre Ballistics LPC. I'm working on a what is maple seed video as well. So I've got like some B-roll footage of maple seeds. And I'm just going to do like an overview of what they are. Although there was a maple seed attendee.
These are my shout-outs. You're stepping on the thunder.
Okay, well, you talk.
Adriel,
Somebody
don't
didn't
step
read
on the
this.
thunder.
I'm not allowed to talk about that one.
Don't. You're not. You're not. Move on.
Okay, what else? Let me just spotlight mine. Yeah, I ordered some stuff. I want to go Tenda, and I'm like, oh man, what did I want? Oh, I wanted that red dot. I wanted a Holosun red dot for my 1911. And I've been talking to Captain Andy, and like, I'm not getting that $200 US plate just for him to mill it. So I'm gonna figure
'Cause you're
something
cheap.
else out. Yes, I am cheap, definitely.
Good.
I'm also
All
getting
right.
a Holosun optics. So if that wasn't clear, I am cheap.
Yeah,
Hey,
mine works.
Holosun makes some nice stuff, man.
Like mine.
I like the Shake Awake. I like the battery life on it. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot in competition, I do not want a red dot I have to turn on. I want it to just work when I pull it up.
I want a red dot I turn on in the morning, and then maybe forget to turn it off at the
Yeah.
end of the match.
Yeah, that's okay too. I
That's
don't
what
want
I
it to,
do.
I don't want it to be dead at the end of the. If I pick it up again in 2 weeks, I don't want it to be dead. Like that's one thing. My current headset, the Peltor 3Ms do. Like they
Yep.
auto turn off.
Uh-huh.
A
But
lot
they
of the
beep first?
Wilson. Is that right? Walker.
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 A lot of the walkers don't have an auto turn off,
Nope.
and
No, they don't.
they
Next
kill
time they're
batteries on me
dead.
every time.
Yep.
Yeah, they kill all
I
my
also
batteries.
had batteries leak and ruin a pair of my razors.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
But those Peltors, they will beep to tell you that they're about to turn off. That happened to me once in the middle of a stage, and
Yeah,
it just
and you
completely.
freaked. He freaked.
Man,
I can stop.
Yeah.
not happy.
Yeah. that's
I've got
a risk.
MSAs, and they do the same thing. They beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
beep. and then they shut
MSAs
off.
are fantastic. They're so comfortable, but they're pretty expensive here in
Very.
Canada. If you get the Peltors and you get them with the gel cup
cups.
replacements, it's
$200.
almost as good, and it's like
half the price.
150 less.
150
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
And I fixed mine this weekend. I thought mine were just toast, but
Your Peltors?
yeah, I thought they
What
were
happened?
toast. Well, they got wet, right? They got wet in the hurricane.
Of course, because maple seed.
tornado.
Yeah.
Anyways, and they weren't. Everything stopped working. Well, this isn't my area. This is Adriel's. Adriel's still talking. You can. I'll
Almost
pause.
done
I
too.
don't care. I'm lead host. I asked you to tell your
ordered-
Peltor story.
I
Screw
ordered
Adriel.
that red dot, and
No,
while I
Adriel,
was
shut
at
up
it-
and listen to
I'm
Peltor story.
almost done. Peltor after. And I ordered. I saw they had the Remington 783 heavy barrel in 6.5 Creedmoor
Ugh.
for $4.99. I have a bunch of 6.5 Creedmoor made up because I was going to use it. I can't,
It's $3.99 too much.
and I'm going to use that
Oh,
for
yeah.
hunting. I'm gonna
What's
go
your
s-
issue with the 783 there?
It's garbage.
Uh,
I've
the-
literally
the
seen the
f-
bolt
the
hand. The bolt
very
handle is
first-
glued to the bolt, Dave. I've seen
770.
it come
No,
off on a
that's a
person's
7
hand.
That's a 770 you're thinking of, not
Nope.
the 783.
783.
Really?
Not
Is that one
much better
silver
than the
soldered on it?
770. Yep.
It's a lot better than the 770. Come on, the 770
lot?
is a true piece of garbage.
Mm.
Oh, did you hear Remington? Remington's filing for bankruptcy again.
Again.
Again?
Saw
Again.
that.
Is this like
Yeah.
a weekly thing? They just like have a meeting to decide which day of the week
Just
they're going bankrupt? or-
Die already. I don't want to hear about
Yeah.
it anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Drama
Die
into the
and
gun industry.
Sell all this stuff real cheap. Anyways, I got 783 and 6.5 Creedmoor to hunt with. I think it's gonna be heavy, but
Like, remember last year when
Whatever.
you bought a 6.5 Creedmoor for hunting and you shot your deer from like here to across the room?
yeah, that did happen the last time I used a 6.5 Creedmoor, and it might happen again this time, but I
Yeah.
don't. Oh, for hunting season this year, I got mule deer draw, whitetail. My dad got whitetail and mule. One of my buddies got
Wow.
whitetail and mule. One of my buddies got whitetail and moose. And my kid's coming for whitetail. If it's gonna be carnage, just gonna be like
shooting everything.
processing.
Carnage.
There's gonna be like 10 deer hanging up this year.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Nice.
None of my buddies or myself received a moose tag.
hmm.
Again.
What do you do? Like, what do you go hunt
You
rabbits?
go
or-
poaching.
Poaching? Okay.
No.
That's
What do
the
you mean? What do you
plan.
do?
Well, like if there was no such, if I didn't get my mule tag, I would go for whitetail deer in my area. If I
Okay.
didn't get a whitetail tag, I would go for small game, I guess. Grouse. I would do grouse and rabbit.
Oh yeah, that's my.
and-
I mean, I could
yeah.
do. So my options for my zone are fall bear, or small game, migratory. I guess if I wanted to get into goose hunting. My particular wildlife management zone has been closed for whitetail since 1993. The first year I was able to hunt was the last year I was able to hunt in this zone. So I often, if you can buy your whitetail tag, and it's good for any zone in the province that is open. So, for example, I could buy my deer license here and then go hunting with McClatchy. You know what I mean? Or I
Same
could go
thing here.
hunting in
Yep.
Filthy's
Same here.
neighborhood. So we don't have to get drawn or anything. We just purchase it.
Yeah, same thing here. I had to get a draw for mule deer or moose or any of that kind of stuff.
But you
There's
can
a
buy your
general for
whitetail.
elk. Yeah, I'll buy my whitetail too. Yeah.
So are the elk up north or down south for you?
Geez, you know what? My brother's out at my parents' place, and he saw an elk out there, and it's blowing my mind because there are no elk in the area, but there's a river there, so maybe it was
Really?
like following the river. But there's there's a general season for elk of a certain point.
Manitoba has the Roosevelt, which is the largest species. They've got real dark chocolatey antlers. But I know,
chocolate.
I mean, Alberta does have
Chocolate deer.
elk for sure.
Yeah.
But where are they in Alberta?
Up north.
Up north, okay.
By the mountains as well.
Okay.
Which I might
makes
do. Like I was over in the, we call them PLUS or public land use zones in Alberta. That's our crown land.
Mhm.
And there's a bunch of it in the mountains. And I was over there, and it's nice country. And I didn't see a lot of game, but I saw a lot of places where there would be game. I was really curious about that.
I love elk. My first wild game is like my preferred. Here's the hierarchy: caribou, elk, moose, whitetail.
Yeah, elk or moose. I like elk or moose. I haven't had a lot of caribou, but like elk or moose are great. Deer, I like deer. Deer meat's not fantastic. Goose and like a lot of waterfowl meat, like, ugh,
Oh, it's garbage.
ugh, yeah.
Goose is gross.
Like when you're saying waterfowling, I'm like, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah,
It's
you
fun,
grind it
but-
up and make sausage out of it and feed it to the dog.
Sausage or jerky. You can make
Yeah.
jerky out of anything, and it doesn't matter. You just salt the hell out of it, right?
Yep. Shout out to the machine. She had made some keto jerky and brought it to the ORPS match. Oh yeah, I shot an ORPS match this weekend. I didn't just set up an IPSC belt. I shot a match. It's because I lost horribly that I blocked it from my memory. That's why I neglected to mention.
Good.
5th place.
Why'd
Yeah.
you lose horribly?
Out of
Yeah.
how many
Zero
people?
prep. The rifle was not hitting where it wasn't zeroed. It should have been zeroed. I haven't touched it, but it could just be that the barrel is dirty. 22s their accuracy will drop off. You guys can all confirm that. It was windy, but yeah, I zeroed at least one stage. I didn't hit a single solitary target. So
Well,
yeah,
why didn't you have your gun zeroed, Mr. Prepare the
'cause-
brains out?
studying, and yeah,
Gotta get your A's.
I got
Get
my
your
A's.
pluses. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
got my A's, but I didn't get my my ORPS medal.
So you've showed
I'd
up
rather
and
a
turned,
C
money
and
into
an
smoke.
ORPS medal. I really would. you know,
So, yeah, I was wondering about that. I didn't see them.
didn't see what?
Didn't see you get an ORPS medal.
Yeah, because it would have been like plastered all over social media for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Like, Trevor went to a match, and we're not inundated the next day with social media posts. Somebody
You lost.
sucked.
How many people were shooting?
I think
5.
we had 13.
Okay. So you're
In
like top
total?
third.
No, I was 5th in open, which may have been last in open. I honestly don't know, Dave. If I'm not in top 3, I pay no attention, and it takes everything to stop me from getting in my truck and going to start on the beer. So
Which you would normally do anyway. So
yeah, beer happens
I'm not-
regardless. Beer did
Yeah,
happen
I'm
over
not
at
sure where you were
Stefan's.
going there.
Yeah,
Part of the
sorry.
process.
I kind of implied that sometimes it doesn't occur. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, my bad.
Hmm.
So, yeah, all this because we were talking about jerky. Jerky triggered a memory of me shooting a match. So, yeah. Anyway, where are we? Who's doing what now? Is it Dave's turn yet?
Are
Yeah,
you
I'm
done,
done.
Adriel?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Adriel's done. It's my turn. I took apart the Devora that I sold last April and cleaned it and love it very much. Devoras are awesome.
It's very nice of you to clean someone else's gun, Dave.
I know, I'm a sweetie that way, and I'm not
You
sure who it
are.
was. Just showed up at my house, dropped it off, and then randomly picked it up later. Probably the Devora,
Wasn't it?
Devora gnomes.
What's
Mike
his
Canmore?
name? Yeah, Mike.
Might have been Mike. I'm not
Might have
sure.
been Mike.
The Devora gnomes. You know how it
I,
works.
I sold a
Yeah, yeah.
shotgun to a Mike last week.
Did
For
you?
real.
From
For
Canmore?
real though.
Nice. So I did that. Had deer roast from last year's hunt, which was amaze balls.
Mm.
My wife cooked it and like
Nom,
cooked
nom,
it
nom,
for
nom.
the entire day.
Mm.
So it was amazing. It was fast
You're
food, but it
amazing.
was not fast enough. I didn't. shoot
Nah.
it. I was there. So that was delicious, and yeah, that was it. It's been a really busy time working 6 days a week, so I haven't had time to do much. Haven't been out to
Lame.
the range in forever. I know. I was going to come to the Maple Seed, but yeah, I've been away a lot working.
I believe Bolivar's going to attend, isn't he? He was whining about something on the
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes, I get to see him, and you don't.
Well, I guess Brian's lucky.
That makes me happy.
Yeah, Brian's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
So that's it. Kelly, what have you been up to?
I actually been pretty busy. So I went to Stittsville, which is actually just outside of Ottawa. We had a maple seed there. I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I got home at 10 o'clock in the night. So it was a really long day, but it was fantastic. It was probably one of the best shoots we've had this year so far. Well, it's only the second one in Ontario. No, it's the third. I don't remember. Anyways, we had 3 riflemen. So we had Kevin, Matthew, and Logan. Fantastic group. It was 35 degrees. It was full sun. We had not a drop of rain. Surprising, I know.
What was your humidity like?
It was 40, 42, 43 degrees with
Gross.
humidity, the humidex. We had to take breaks every like hour and a half, just like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, so that people could go and drink. Like I was making people drink, just drink. We had people falling off the line at the end of the shoot. So we had a couple of people who only shot 1 MQT. A couple of people didn't shoot any MQT. No, one person didn't shoot any MQTs.
I get like a beer bong and just be like chug, but just put water in there. Chug.
Yeah, camelbacks are something that I encourage when it's like
Oh,
that. So it was really, really warm, but it was still a fantastic day. The shooters were so good. They were amazing people, and we had a really,
Nice.
really great time too. We had full complement of IITs, which is the instructors in training. It was awesome. I had like 5 instructors there, as well as me, so there were 6 of us, and it was like, it was
How
awesome.
many shooters?
So we had 10. So it's like,
Amazing.
every 2 shooters, 1 instructor for every 2 shooters. And the reason we had 10 is because right now we're still complying with COVID regulations, and hopefully that'll change soon. So group sizing is still 10. What else? Oh, Sunday. Yeah. So got home at 10 o'clock at night and totally baked and dehydrated because out in the sun. We had canopies though, just to let everybody know. When we do go to these things, it's either raining, so we have a canopy, or it's full sun, so we have a canopy everybody sits under. But by the time I got home that night, I was really, really tired. And the next day, what did I do? I got up and went shooting. So of course, Kelly and I, we went to the range and we did pistol. I haven't done pistol forever. So we did some sick drills, spent a couple hours on the range, and we had a really, really good time. It was nice because it was just her and I, and we were able to do some shooting. And yeah, I need to get out and do more shooting just myself. So what else? The Ontario Hunters Education. I told you guys I was going to get it done this week. Did not. I only did maybe, I don't know, another 2 chapters. I'm right now on identifying whatever. But I didn't get it done. I was hoping to get it done.
Gonna give you a hint, Kelly, when you're about to drop the hammer on something, you're going, is that a whitetail? Nah, that's a whatever.
Nah.
Did you pull the trigger? Wrong answer.
Yeah, I know.
It's food.
But-
It's all food.
Not on the test either.
But right now, I've been so busy. Like I was up yesterday morning till 5 a.m. Right, so it's kind of like I've been so busy, I just haven't been able to do it. And yeah, do skeet night with Kelly on Wednesday night. Didn't go. I actually went and took my shotgun for a drive because I put it in the car. And then what we did, Kelly and I met out at a friend of ours' place because we're going to use his place as one of the sites for the CCFR Gunny Girl calendar shoot sites. He's got some really interesting things there. And then we were going to go and shoot, but it got a little late because we had actually a meeting that night too. So this was on Wednesday night. We had a meeting about the Gunny Girl calendar as well. So we're getting all set up for that, sending out emails to people, telling them if they've been selected or not. So it's been good. Today I prepped for another maple seed. So we're going to Woodview, which is near Havelock or Peterborough, if you're in Ontario. And so we got 2 events happening this weekend. So Adriel, catch up.
You'll be caught up finally. Yeah.
So
Havelock. Is that near
yeah.
Toronto? It's in Ontario, right?
we consider it the
It's near
GTA.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto.
So
Toronto.
It's Toronto, pretty much.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You could say like Northern Ontario and it'd be like Toronto.
Toronto. So it's in the GTA. So yeah, we're gonna have that, and after that, next week after that, we have one here in Kingston. So I actually get to sleep in my own bed. It's gonna be awesome. And yeah, pretty much maple seeding every weekend. So
How'd the IPSC drills go? Like what kind of drills do you guys do?
So what we're doing is we started to do some, okay, so when we went there, we just decided we were going to do some weekend. I really need some practice on weekend. So started out with just some freestyle and then started doing some IPSC weekend drills. And then I wanted to do a little bit movement. So we were doing meg changes, movement, basically walk from target to target to target while doing meg changes and firing on the move. And then we actually did movement, advancing forward and backwards while still moving and all. So Kelly put in some stages that she typically puts into her IPSC matches just to try and change things up. I specifically told her what I wanted to work on, and so she incorporated that into it. So it was good. I really had a lot of fun. Like I need to practice my pistol. So super fun. Not bad accuracy wise. Mostly it was alphas, couple of Charlies, no mics or no deltas. And we were starting various ranges as well with so we would do 20, we start out at 25 and walk forward, and we typically end at about 10 meters and then walk back until the 25. So we were shooting distances from 25 meters right up to 10, so as well. So yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
Enjoyed it.
I need to do some more like structured drills with my pistol shooting because I was kind of just testing the reliability of that ammo, so I was just cranking the rounds at like a plate at 50 meters,
Right.
And still like getting my hits in, but I wasn't practicing with any purpose on any like skill that I needed to try. So when you're mentioning like weekend, I was like, oh, I'm jealous. I should have been doing that, or I should have been doing like, I don't know, some more structured stuff. I'm gonna do that next time. Next time I'm gonna like write up a plan of stuff I want to like try out.
Yeah.
I find that the best thing to do. If you turn up at the range, you're just like, man, I'll just do whatever. Yeah, you do whatever. It doesn't go well.
Well, I was bringing my kids, so I was like, I couldn't have done anything too complicated, but at the same time, I could have done more. Like I could have, like, there's no reason why I couldn't have done strong
A couple
hand
of drills.
or weekend or something instead of just cranking out the rounds at a plate and just doing some quick draw kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, with purpose. So practice with purpose.
Yeah.
Or practice whatever with a purpose.
That's
So
it. Practice with a purpose. So go there with a plan. Figure these are the drills I'm going to do because these drills reinforce this skill. So what is it that I need to improve on? Trigger press, reloads. Pick a skill, pick a fundamental, and then find drills that will help develop that skill.
Yeah.
So that's what we designed. 2 hours of shooting based around what we wanted to, and not specifically what I wanted to work on too. And I videotaped Kelly shooting and then played it back for her. She goes, actually, it doesn't, I don't look terrible. I'm going, no, you don't look terrible. She wanted to videotape me, and I said no. But we learned.
It's a good thing to do.
Too, right? We
Yeah,
can
I really like looking at match footage of myself and then
Absolutely.
seeing like, oh my
Yep.
god, I gotta move my feet faster when I do that, or I need to like, wow, I'm way over aiming that over there. It's really
Yeah.
good for feedback on that stuff.
So
Yeah.
one of the things that
Particularly movement. I mean, you can't see where you're getting your hits.
that's
You might catch a flinch. So, you know, if
yeah.
you're going to analyze your stage, your run on a stage, the video is going to show you if you were efficient in your movement or not.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
one of the
100%.
things that I noticed is I was super dehydrated still from the day before. It did actually affect me as well. And my not my brain was kind of foggy. And so I knew when it was time to quit. But when we started to do the movements and we finished with engaging and moving forward and then actually moving backwards as well. When I was moving backwards, that's when I said, time, that's enough, because I couldn't keep my balance walking backwards. And if you can't keep your balance while you're shooting, that's a bad thing. So I'm going,
Yeah.
okay, this is enough. And it's actually, again, it's because I was so dehydrated from the day before. So not a good thing. So, but super fun. And yeah, going shooting is always fun. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is the Canadian University Shooting Federation. So so they asked me if I wanted to be on a women's committee to help get more women into shooting. So I said, yeah, because I'm not busy enough already. Anyways, so Deneen Tomlin, who is with Lady Guns, she's on it as well as her partner. I can't remember her name. I think it's Grace. It might be Grace. Anyways, as well as Regina from the Canadian University Shooting Federation. They're on it, and we have our first meeting tomorrow. And I'm going to take it while I'm driving actually to the Maple Seed event, because
Nice.
multitask. But I wanted to say thank you to them for actually inviting me, and I think it's going to be fantastic. Project Maple Seed has formed a partnership with them to do a rifle program. So we are setting up. So Adriel's going to be, thank you Adriel, by the way, it's going to be running some events in Alberta, and I'm going to be running some in Ontario.
Did you notice that they're the same days?
Yeah, I know.
So we're both doing a Maple Seed on the 3rd and then a CUSF event on the 4th.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I did actually know that, but
CUSF day.
yeah. So and then we're also looking at BC as well. So the university shooting clubs that are out there, we're going to try and get them in and get some people that are university age shooting some rifles with some marksmanship. So
I'm kind of jealous. Like if there had been like a marksmanship program and when I was in college, like to the ability to like go to a marksmanship program with a bunch of other university students would have been really neat.
yeah,
No
That'd
such.
be awesome.
yeah.
Closest I found was like fencing. I was looking for in between the times that I was in and out of RC while in university, I was looking for some kind of club, and there was fencing, and I was going to follow up, and then I think instead I started racing again. But you're right, Adriel, if that had been around. I actually had a gun on campus once. I was going deer hunting, and a friend of mine brought my deer rifle, my father's deer rifle, to campus for me. We had to store it with campus security. I kept the bolt in the magazine, but they actually had the rifle locked up in their campus security office.
I always lived like separate from campus, so I didn't have any of those
Yeah,
rules.
of course. If you can, all the better, right? If you, of course, you didn't grow up in,
I did
small
grow
town
up in
New
I
Brunswick.
did grow up in small town. I lived on like with a bunch of other guys in a house.
Oh, I got you. Well, you weren't at
Off
home.
campus,
I
here's
understand.
off
Yeah,
campus.
yeah. I did that eventually. My first 2 years was on campus.
We didn't have a campus, so
Oh, you didn't?
Now he went to the school for the homeless.
Oh.
yes, it's in every street corner. It's a wonderful place.
Yes.
Learned so much.
Campus
Trevor?
is sprawling. Yes, Kelly.
We went to Stew.
Yes, we did.
We were so lucky.
We were very lucky. You could walk into the registrar's office and be like, "Hey, Trev, what do you need?" They didn't ask for your student number ever. You were still a name. it was that kind of small environment at the time. So,
Nice.
and when you went there, Kelly, they actually had a men's dorm. When I started, they got there was 2 women's dorms, and then one wing on the first floor of the men's dorm, Harrington Hall, and then the following year they gave them the entire floor.
Harrington Hall. Oh,
Yeah,
memories.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
So, all right. Is that it for everyone? Are we ready to move into upcoming events? Kelly, you got anything else?
No.
All right. So, upcoming events is brought to us by Telos Alpha, a Canadian digital agency that works exclusively in the firearms vertical. They help them with business processes, strategic planning, websites, e-commerce, and battling the stigma the industry carries with banks, merchants, processors, and social media. Their mission statement: empower and enable our clients to grow, thrive, and ascend to their maximum contribution in the firearms community. Underscores everything they do. They are firearms enthusiasts and understand firearms culture. They hold open webinars to help any firearms business get the edge and succeed, and are involved in the industry at all levels. They are committed to the success and growth of the firearms community, culture, and lifestyle in Canada and the United States. You can learn more about Telos Alpha at telosalpha.com. So the IPSC Newfoundland Provincials is still open. The registration is on PractiScore. The dates are August 15th and 16th. There's only 24 spots left, and they're looking for sponsors. So if you would like to sponsor the IPSC Newfoundland Provincials, please contact them either through Facebook or through PractiScore.
Yep.
Chaz has a 3-gun on August 8th. There is an ORPS match at the Rescuers Gun Club on August 22nd.
Looking
and
forward to
at the
Trevor losing.
What's that, Dave?
I said we're looking forward to you losing. Continue.
Oh, I won't be there. I have, where am I? August 22nd.
Loophole. Ha! Gotcha.
Yeah, can't lose if you don't play. Where am I? I'm somewhere. I don't know. Race. Yeah, I'm going to be Prince Edward Island for a race on the 23rd, I think. Anyway, and then there's another ORPS match on August 29th. And all of those can be registered. I don't know about the Chaz, but both the ORPS matches can be, registration is open for them on PractiScore.
There's spots on PractiScore for Chaz as well.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Yep.
And
Nice.
then CRPS Founders Coin fundraising. 1 of 2 rifles. Who put this in? Because it's lacking in details. Somebody else can do it.
I'll do it. Okay, so CRPS right now is doing a fundraiser for basically them to get across the country. So one of the things that they're doing is they're selling their fundraising coins like they did last year. You'll get a chance to win 1 of 2 rifle packages. The first package is the Tesoro.ca. It's the CZ457. It's the long range precision model, and it comes with match ready. So it has the hard case.
Assuming this is a 22.
Yep, these are all 22s.
So
So
CRPS.
yes, so it, as I said, it comes match ready. So it has a bipod, it has a hard case, it has actually cleaning stuff and everything in it. The other one that you might be able to win is the Go Big Tactical. It's the Voodoo V22. So it actually has, it's a Trigger Tech build in it, trigger in it, and it has the KRG Bravo build as well. So you can, as I said, you buy the coin, it's $50, and you get 2 chances to win a great rifle. So go on to the CRPS website or onto the Facebook group, and it'll bring you to the website where you can buy it. I have bought it, 1 of them, so I'm hoping to win 1 of those.
Except you can't because they're sold out.
Oh, are they sold out?
They are sold out. So
When did that
Oh.
happen?
too late.
Okay.
That must be recent. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know that.
Okay.
Look
Kelly,
at
you
it.
want to move on to the Project Maple Seed events?
Okay, so we have a few events that are currently still have spots available. Winnipeg on August 4th, we have 2 spots available. Virden, Manitoba, you're asking for Manitoba events, get to them. So August 6th, there's lots of space available in that one. Medicine Hat, Alberta, it's on August 8th. There's still spots available in that one. And Saskatoon, August 11th and 12th. Again, still spots. Tabor, Alberta, August 18th. Provost, August 22nd. Canberra River, BC on August 23rd.
Oh, there's no spots on that one, though.
Somebody just updated that and says there's no spots. So that's
Yep.
sold out, but there is still spots in Kamloops, BC on August 29th, just to let you know. Yay. So we have, those are up. We have some other events, but they're currently sold out. So if we get more events, we're adding more events all the time. So we'll let you know if there's anything that's available. We'll change this list as well. So go to the website, mapleseedrifleman.com, and you can go to the event section. Thank you, Adriel, for updating that, by the way.
Cool. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. News. Adriel?
I didn't put these in here, but these are all
Oh.
new donations that have been made. This is the CCFR has their save the date for September 12th. This is going to be the March on Ottawa.
Parliament
Is that
Hill.
like,
Yep.
like a March on Washington kind of a thing, but Canadian. Everyone's saying please and sorry a lot.
course.
Let's see. The next is all these donations that have been made to the CCFR's Legal Challenge. Powell River Rod and Gun Club, $2,500. White Court Fish and Game Association, $2,500. Esterhazy Wildlife Federation, $2,500. Victoria Fish and Game Protective Association, $5,000. Lillooet Rod and Gun Club, $500. Bulkley Valley Rod and Gun Club, $22.25. St. Paul Fish and Game Association, $1,000. Tofield Gun Club, Beaver Hill Rangers, $1,000. Langley Rod and Gun Club, $5,000. Valley Trails Wildlife Federation, $3,000. And Kent Cloverleaf Conservation Club, $3,000. There's been a lot of fish and game associations and a lot of clubs that, if you had rewound things 10 years, would not have been supporting firearms action like this.
Yep.
This is an about face for a lot of these for associations at large in Canada, and it's really encouraging to see.
Definitely.
I know a lot of shotgun clubs are all over it, which is really awesome.
Yay.
Yep. Yeah,
Considering
exactly.
shotguns are banned, right? Everything's prohibited now. Yeah. Okay.
Some of
So,
them
what's that?
Some.
Yeah. But I'm being facetious about the. Oh my
I
God,
know
20
you are.
millimeter, your 12 gauge and 10 gauge is prohibited. Yeah, even though. Yeah. Okay. Listen, we need a sponsor for the news section. A lot of our sections are sponsored now. If you are in the business of sponsoring podcasts as a means of promoting your products or your services, reach out, let us know. We have sponsorship packages available at many different levels. So send us an email, slimefireradio@gmail.com, if you would like to sponsor the news. All
Think I
right.
should, reach out to Skillshare or something like that. Maybe get them on. No.
Listen, Joe Rogan used to
Raid Legends for I don't know, some
Sure.
damn app or
Yeah,
something.
or,
I don't know. Shadow Legends.
Best Fiends sponsors every podcast. Simply Safe, Harry's. Joe Rogan used to pimp fleshlights.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
that'd be
it's
awesome.
some ball trimming tool, manscaping thing, I guess. I don't know. That even sponsors an RC podcast, for crying out loud. So
I wonder
they
if
have
we
the
can get a
best
charity.
ads.
I wonder if we can get a charity for the news to sponsor us. The charities seem to be
Orphans?
sponsoring Canadian politicians these days, so
Yeah.
they can sponsor our podcast.
That's funny. New gun stuff, Adriel. Also needs a sponsor.
There's one more news thing in here. So Wolverine put this out.
Why in the fiddle and fuck wasn't put with the news items then?
It is in the newsletters.
It's
down a
4
couple.
pages down underneath the
4 lines.
sponsorship donations
Okay.
to the CCFR.
But you gave me a shot, and I'm taking it. So
Take it.
Wolverine put this thing out. It's this analysis of this letter. I'm sure you guys got one of these letters that says
I
hey,
haven't
by
gotten
the
mine
way,
yet.
Really, Kelly?
Yep.
that's
I haven't
interesting.
received one yet. Maybe I'm not getting
Um,
one.
Mine's 2 pages.
Maybe you're fine. But what the page says is, hey, there's a firearms registration certificate impacted by amended classifications. Now, when they do a revocation of a certificate, they're supposed to also say, by the way, if you want to dispute this, here's how you do it, right?
Yeah, section
They didn't.
74.
Yeah, they didn't do that with these because they say, oh, this isn't a revocation, this is a nullification. this is similar in style to the. It's not a sole source contract. It's a consultation agreement that only has one provider associated with it, like what they did with we. But anyways, Wolverine is saying, hey, this may not be a revocation of a registration certificate. Long story short.
Yeah.
I still think we're probably going to have gun owners in every province that are going to put in a Section 74 on this, because I've already seen Alberta, Ontario. I think I saw one from Saskatchewan that was being done. So, and the other thing I didn't put in the news. Who's doing it? Someone just put a how-to out on how to do your own Section 74. Was it Burlew? No, it wasn't Burlew. It was Ian
Runkle.
Ian Runkle. Ian Runkle just had a brief how-to on the firearms reference hearings.
I just watched it this morning.
He's a lawyer, isn't he? Why do I know that name?
Yep.
He is.
He's a lawyer.
Okay.
He's a firearms lawyer.
Yeah, he did some stuff for Chaz to take the CFO to task for diddly-dallying on registration or certification of the range. Anyways, fantastic. I love that a lawyer put out a how-to on this, democratize that information.
A lot of lawyers own guns, man. They got money.
Okay, now I'll get on to new gun stuff. Solely Outdoors.
Which needs to be sponsored.
Yes.
If you're a lawyer who'd like to sponsor this, please send us an email. SlamFunRadio.
Right? Loberg Law Office. Just saying. Mike,
what's up?
we'd love to have your support and push your services.
If you're interested in a bulletproof helmet, Solely Outdoors has the Chinese PLA ones. If you want to be like OP4 when you're playing paintball or airsoft or whatever.
ROP4?
OP4. That's the
OP4?
That's the opposing force that it's always fighting against the quote unquote good guys, right? Let's see, other stuff. Fast Toys. Okay, I haven't seen these before, Trevor. I think you said you have seen them, but
The dry fire mags? I've not seen necessarily the ones sold by Fast Toys, but I know Glock mag. There's a weighted Glock mag that you can get that's like blaze orange.
These are double alpha, and they've got like Glock 2011, 1911, CZ, P320. I don't know that they're actually necessary. I think like just a regular mag would work. But imagine you wanted to do some dry fire practice with your 2011 mags, and you don't want to drop the $120 mag on whatever you're practicing on. You get one for like $30 from these guys, or two for $30 from these guys, right? So it would be. I don't think like it does not make sense for a Glock mag. I think it does make sense maybe for a 2011 mag, just because they're so bloody expensive. And if they have HK mags, that's what your buddy needs there, Dave.
When I do dry fire up in the man cave, I put something on the floor, not to protect my mags, but to protect the floor from the getting chipped and stuff.
I generally put like a big pillow, and then the stuff just drops on the pillow, and it doesn't make loud noise, so it doesn't like keep my kids up when I'm doing that at like 1 in the morning, and I'm like doing mag.
I'll throw cushions. I'll take apart my couch fort, right? I'll take the cushions from it and the quilt from it, and put it on the floor, and I'll just drop them on that.
Yep.
And then I get to rebuild my couch for it, so it's always fun.
This next one's a bit more practical. This is the CED solid brass squib rods. So if you get a squib, like and a decent squib somewhere in the barrel there, they are not easy to drive out. You can't just use like a cleaning rod or something like that generally to push one of those out. So the idea with these is that this is something you'd bring to a pistol specific match, especially if you do reloading.
You keep it in your range bag, because it's not a question of if but when.
Yep. And with a solid brass rod like this, you can put the pressure that you need to drive out a squib, which is considerable. Again, it's not easy. I tried doing this with wooden dowels, and I broke my wooden dowels trying to drive bullets out. It doesn't work. You need something like beefier.
You need some,
And the nice thing with brass is it won't mark up the inside of your barrel, so you can beat the heck out of it and not mess things up.
Cool.
That is all the stuff that I have for new gun stuff.
New stuff.
All right, let's move on then, shall we, to the main topic, which we don't have. So let's just spend more time on our listener feedback, which is brought to us by Armory DC Gunsmith. Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearms refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, Cerakote finishes, as well as wood refinishing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms, accessories, optics, and more at dcgunsmith.ca. You can also follow him on Instagram and Facebook. First one comes to us from Spencer. Dave, I would love for you to read Spencer's email if you would, please.
All right. I need some mood music for this. Hey, I mean, you
No
guys
mood
suck.
music. Sorry.
We need
We
more
don't have a
budget.
budget for that. Yeah.
Yeah, please sponsor the show so that we can afford some mood music.
Oh God.
Hey guys, just a just a short note on the state of guns and ammo here in the U.S. right now. I've been looking for a Henry 44 Magnum lever gun for the last few weeks. They aren't available anywhere online, and when I went to my 2 local stores to have them try and order it for me, they both said they can't take orders for anything but the biggest vendors, Smith, Ruger, etc. That's how bad the gun rush has been here. Even tactical lever actions are impossible to find. I went into my main local gun store here. They advertised 10,000 guns, and they're easily one of the biggest stores in the U.S. The only racks and shelves that were close to full were sporting shotguns. Even pump actions were stripped bare. Oh, come on, you can cut the barrel down on one of those things. Usually they have 3 counters of new and used Glocks. Today there was a single counter half full of some police trade-ins. The Ruger counter had a lot of single-action guns available, but no GP100s, LCRs, or any kind of semi-automatics except a few old 22s. As for ammo, the only pistol ammo they had in a popular caliber was 40. The rest was 357 SIG and 45 GAP. What the hell is GAP?
45 gap. It's like a
45
cartridge.
gap. It's like a 45 ACP, but small primer and cut in half, short to short
They
cartridge.
got more. They got like 45 ACP performance out of a smaller cartridge.
Yeah, a lot of guys were shooting revolver IPSC division with them, Dave, because you were getting major power factor, but using a lot less powder and using smaller primers, which were inexpensive if you didn't have a bunch of 45 ACP small pistol primers. Brass.
Interesting. I'll have to look that up.
It's
Yeah,
hard to find.
Gap had
now.
their own cartridge.
Yeah, it's hard to
Okay.
find. I don't think they're making them anymore.
No, because it was ridiculous. It was in
Sounds
like the 36 or the 37 or something like that. The Glock 30, in those, or 32 or 33 anyway.
Interesting. I learn something new every day from Slamfire Radio. They still have a little 22 for some reason. That doesn't seem to be getting scarfed up like it did in 2013. Yeah, because people are probably concerned about shooting other people, and they're not using a 22 for that if they can avoid it. But prices are through the roof. I'm attaching
No
a picture right now
kidding.
of Kelly's favorite stuff, so you can see what I mean.
Okay, that's not my favorite. It's my second. It's the backup because it's the lead. I like the brass coated, but it's $5 a box for the Gila. Like,
Ugh.
yeah. Ugh.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Like, no, that's really expensive. American. So that's like $25 a box here.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Mhm.
like, so Remington is in Chapter 11 right now, but he mentioned Ruger and Smith & Wesson. Both those companies are at stock highs. Ruger right now is at the highest that stock's ever been.
Yeah, interesting.
They're selling like mad amounts of
Hotcakes.
guns and ammo right now.
And yet
Yeah.
Remington is going bankrupt. I guess maybe don't sell junk. Rifle
Okay.
ammo in popular calibers is pretty scarce as well. I just bought a beautiful little Winchester Model 12 with a case of Federal 5.56, and I bet we both thought we got the best of the deal. I got a beautiful vintage shotgun for less than $300 of ammo, and he got $600 worth of ammo for an old gun sitting in his basement.
Well,
If you guys still have decent ammo prices, you should probably get yourselves ready for at least a year of shortages. As Ross Pro used to say, that huge sucking sound you hear is all the ammo in the world being bought up by millions of new and old gun owners here in the States. Best
Yeah.
wishes, Spencer. That takes me back. P.S. One item you mentioned recently was gun storage bag. The good ones all use some sort of VCI, vapor corrosion inhibitor, chemical in them to keep the rust away. Those bags tend to be expensive, though, so for my collection, I've switched to VCI wraps and regular gun socks. A VCI wrap is a lot like Saran wrap, and you can get 1,500-foot rolls for around $100 US on Amazon.
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
I put 2 layers over a gun, put a gun sock over that, and park it in my long-term safe. I do replace the wrap every 2 years, but I'm going to stretch that out to 3 since it seems perfectly fine after the 2-year mark. Overall, it's a lot cheaper than the VCI gun bags and probably works better since there's no human air trapped in with the guns.
Hmm.
PPS, I told you that once Trevor got into Milsurp's, cowboy guns wouldn't be far behind.
And then he enclosed that picture.
Yeah, The expensive
That's a
Aguila.
lot of Aguila.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Yeah, that's pretty high in pricing. Yeah, that I like the idea of using the like
Surround or
big
the,
big rolls, 1,500-foot rolls. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, that sounds cheap. That's the way to
That's
do it.
kinda
Not these
cool.
custom bags that are made with it, but yeah, I mean, the ammo price increases are coming. I'm good to go. I've got enough for 2 to 3 years of competing, so
Yeah, I'm good
I
too.
can ride through this. But if any listeners
I gotta
aren't
get some.
prepped for it, maybe take a look around and see if you can't buy some ammo or something like that. A lot of this stuff, it isn't gonna, like, let's say it does get cheaper. It's not gonna be that much cheaper. Like, what's 223 going for right now? $4.99 per 1,000. At the worst, it's going to get down to $3.99. You're going to lose $100 on it. That's not a terrible thing to happen, because the alternative is 8 months from now, you go take a look and they're still the same price or more.
Or there's not available.
Ah,
Yeah. So
Yeah, I gotta buy 9mm and some 455 Webley and some
you're not
shotgun
making
ammo.
that stuff. You should be making 455 Webley.
I know.
That sounds expensive. What are you doing per round on that for cost?
About 250.
Oh, you should be. You should. And it's you're shooting in a revolver, right? You keep all your cases.
I am, but I don't shoot it very much. I'll use like a box of
Oh.
ammo every 2 years. I just bring it out so people can shoot it.
Yeah, but even if you're using like a couple boxes of ammo every 2 years, that's like, you're more than paying for your dies on that. Like, this is coming from the guy that doesn't reload, hates reloading,
That's true.
just because it's not valuable enough. If you're reloading pistol ammo for $250 a round, you're making some decent money.
That's true. Plus, if the Huns show up, I want to be ready.
Especially if you're casting something like 455 Webley, right? Once you got the
Yeah.
brass, you can cast your own bullets. What the hell, right?
Or buy
Yeah,
just a
that's-
pile of lead bullets, because those are cheap. Is like, if you're getting non-jacketed just lead bullets, those are cheap. Yeah. Okay.
All
Okay.
right, cool. Next one's from Johnny. Good day, love the show, and keep up the good work, frustrating Trevor. They're so good at it, Johnny. It comes so easy to them. It's just
You're an easy target.
that's it.
You're like a metric.
I'm looking at bullpups and found a conversion stock for a 1022. Did you find it in Canada?
Prohib.
Probably not. I seen a post on SKS Canada that we were not allowed to convert to bullpups as it would be prohibited. Is this true? A 1022 bullpup would be a lot of fun and cheap intro to bullpups to see if I like it. Thanks. Keep up the good fight.
Sorry,
Yeah.
100% true, Johnny.
100%
BS
true.
rules,
Prohib in
yeah.
all forms.
Now, if you
Not
want a
the
cheap
gun,
way to
but
get
the
into
stock.
bullpups, get T97. Get a used T97. That's a cheap
Yep.
intro into bullpups. Not a good intro into bullpups. Ergonomics suck, but it's cheap.
Yeah, I have a few buddies with T97s, and I love them. Or
Well,
Spectre,
I
if you
mean,
wanna get into a
the price
shotgun.
the price point comes in there. The price point's really good. Like, you can get
Yeah.
2.5 of those for one Tavor.
Yep.
Yep.
Are there any 22 bullpups around that are not prohibited? I haven't seen any that I can think of.
Never seen one. It was cool when Red Jacket, that TV show there with the pedophile, did they did a conversion to make a 1022 look like a PS90. Remember that?
Well, that's fun.
It was a clamshell thing. Dropped the 1022 in it. It's kind of neat.
There was like there's PCCs that are bullpup. There's that Jard J68 or whatever, that 9mm
Oh
thing.
God, so horrible.
Looks very utilitarian.
Oh, I don't know if I could carry that around. Maybe for irony's sake, I would carry that around. But I'd put
That's
like
funny.
paint it pink or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you would like to email the show, you can do so by sending your email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. We have shout outs. I don't have any new shout outs this week, so I'll shout out Jessica again because I left it in there from last week.
we did have a Patreon. You know that, right?
Well,
You
since
didn't-
it's not in the notes, no, I didn't know that.
Who's responsible for Patreonies?
Who's responsible for kissing my ass?
would
I
be
haven't
Trevor,
touched
I
show
believe.
notes in weeks.
Yeah. Anyways,
Or who's
Josh
responsible
V
for
is a
emails?
Josh V is a new Patreon for $5.
Yay.
There
Anyways,
you go.
Email us your address.
Thanks, man.
haven't already.
Any other shout outs?
yes, I have a ton. So I wanted to say to Stacy, happy birthday, because her birthday was a couple of days ago. Just wanted to say happy birthday to her. As well, Will from the Stittsville shooting range, I wanted to say thank you to him because he set up the target line. Stittsville is a fantastic club, by the way. They prep for us prior to us coming, and I just love going there. So I just wanted to say, Will, who is the guy from Stittsville, thanks for setting up. Also to Kyle, Kelly, Pascal, Thomas, and Greg for working the Stittsville event. You guys did a fantastic job. And finally, Matthew H., who is Whoa Fat on YouTube. He did a YouTube video about his experience at Maple Seed. It was really, really well done. We shared it both on social media. So we shared it on both the Project Maple Seed as well as the discussion page. Go and check it out. He did a fantastic job with it. So, and then also thank you, Adriel, for telling me he posted it so that I could have a look at it and share it. So thanks. That's it.
All right. Until next week, until next week. You don't have to quit by next week, but, we'll see you next week. In the meantime, join one of our firearms associations, such as the CCFR. Check us out on Gun Owners of Canada. Like us on Facebook. We are at 2,681, possibly more. That has been updated since the 9th of July.
Take that,
And-
orphans.
And reach out to your municipal city councilors to talk about potential gun bans and let them know that, hell no, we won't go. See you next week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.